This semester I had the opportunity to undertake an internship at the Schaeffer Fine Arts Library, where my role was basically to catalogue and capture metadata about the ephemera in the Sherman Gallery Archives. And this was a wide range of materials, including invitations, press releases, and catalogues. Throughout this placement, I worked closely with the folders of Australian video and performance artist Shaun Gladwell. This ultimately challenged the way that I looked at video art and how it's remembered through materials and how that meaning changes over time, both in its conception and also the works written about it in retrospect. Documenting Gladwell's oeuvre posed a unique perspective to archiving. The difficulty in archiving something like video art, which is very fluid and time-based, and really translating that into the rigid procedures of metadata. A learning curve was understanding how to accurately describe and categorize materials that really resist traditional archival structures. For example, materials that exist outside of just printed sheets, such as the disc in my exhibition was also in the Shaun Gladwell folder. This pushed me to consider how the archiving system is in itself always changing, continually adapting to new media formats and artistic practices, and how archivists must really negotiate preserving the context which imbue objects with meaning. Relating this back to Shaun Gladwell, the fluidity of the archive ultimately led me to consider how the practice of video performance art extends beyond just an ephemeral singularity, but it's instead an expansive network created between the digital archival interface and also the material ephemera produced. In the internship experience, I developed practical skills in cataloging, metadata standards, and database management. However, at a more theoretical level, I explored how the archive is a technical system that shapes the way that we access and understand art history. I explored how the archive as a technical system shapes the way we access and understand art history, highlighting the difficult task of archival labor to negotiate the past and the future, what material ceases to be being sentenced into history, and also archiving for future scholarship. Simultaneously undertaking the internship and continuing my studies in art history has therefore revealed a reciprocal relationship between library cataloging and academic scholarship, and that the archivist and art historian must really work together to articulate progression within their disciplines to create the most holistic version of history possible.